I don't know what to say about CM Punk seeking royalties.
This
for
is
WWE.
just sad all around. CM Punk is a guy that I see myself in him a little bit. Because we're both kind of punkish.
No, you're not. You're not punkish at all. But anyways, continue. No, your attitude is not punk.
We don't like taking shit.
All right.
We rave against the authority. We're both.
Yeah, you are.
We're both very stubborn assholes.
Okay.
See?
Give you that.
And we both.
I am too, though. So does that make me punk?
No. You're like Hornswoggle to me. Anyway, so what happened? We talked about CM Punk left the company after the Royal Rumble not being. He was burnt out. He was tired of part-timers coming back and getting main event spotlights, which is a very credible, valid point. I mean, he was champion for 2 WrestleManias and did not headline for either WrestleMania as champion. Which is ridiculous. Or should excuse me, one WrestleMania he was champion, and champion should always headline WrestleMania. I said it was Rock versus Cena 1. So he left the company back in late January after the Royal Rumble, and so he was still announced in late August for being in the new 2K15 WWE game, because I guess he figured, all right, my contract's broken. WWE basically figured, well, you broke your contract early, so we still maintain the licensing rights up to that point when your contract was supposed to be up, which I believe October was when his contract was supposed to be originally up.
Sure.
Around October or November, because he signed a 3-year contract back in 2011 when he stayed. So now it wasn't a lawsuit, but he sent a 22-page letter basically saying, you owe me royalties. This isn't good for the relationship between the two of them, because up to this point, WWE was kind of like, all right, give him space. He's been. This is WWE's perspective, not that I agree with it entirely. He's being bratty. Give him his space. Maybe he'll come back to us in the future.
Right.
We're not going to bury him. Blah, blah, blah. And they haven't. They haven't buried him. They've mentioned him on Raw with the whole Paul Heyman thing. They've shown things. Hell, just keeping him in the game. They could have dropped that if they wanted to. They had enough time. They wanted to keep his name around just in case. But now, after this, reportedly, they're dropping most of his merchandise from the WWE shop. And now is the start of that Ultimate Warrior treatment, unfortunately, where they're going to maybe not bury him, but say they might start closing the door. Triple H is going to get pissed off at him enough that, because Triple H supposedly was really pissed after he left in January, and McMahon was trying to have him stay, but Triple H basically wanted to bring the hammer down on him. Yeah. And Triple H is a guy that, love him or hate him, he's one of those guys that business first, loves the business, sacrifices the business, and he was disappointed in CM Punk, I think, doing that.
It's funny, I hate Triple H, but I love what he's done with NXT. So, like, he is one of those love-hate guys. Like,
he is. He is one of those guys that he does love the business.
No, I believe
Absolutely
I believe that
business.
His heart is, for the most part, in the right place.
So,
business-wise.
Will this mean that there'll be a cease and desist from CM Punk over the game? Which I don't think it's ever been done for something like this. This is a huge game from them every year. I don't know. This is going away from the ethics and stuff, but my personal feeling is CM Punk has been out of the spotlight for a long time. I think it's 8 months now.
Yeah,
7 months.
I think smarts are probably smart enough to realize that he may not be coming back. Or if he does, it might be a few years. It might be a few years after things cool down. So why the fuck would you want him in the game? He's not a current wrestler. I mean, I feel like I don't know why they're putting him in there. Well,
they always do. Every year, there's guys that get fired and stay in the game just because they did all the storylines and the models for.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of storyline in the current WWE games. They play differently. They they do universe mode, which is basically you make the storyline by picking and choosing options. There's no
more voiceover modes that they had 10, 12 years ago.
Not with last year at least. It's just a constant, basically. You play through
like a sim.
You play through, and then you get to like the pay-per-views, and then based on your actions, you can change the story. And it's all done basically without text, but it's all done very well, and it's very fun.
Mimed.
Yeah, and it's very fun to play. I would much rather, and it's not that I don't like CM Punk, but it's just like if he's not current. Why not put a good NXT wrestler or someone else on the undercard in there? I don't think we need... If CM Punk is not wrestling, it's probably not going to be wrestling.
Now it's too late. They can't put a new guy in when the game's going to launch in a couple months.
Create a wrestler. Just make someone.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. What I'm saying, to come up with a whole new moveset and modeling, it's too late in the production cycle to do that.
What does he finish with? Koji Clutch?
Is that what it's called? With the arm thing? He does that and go to sleep.
Sami Zayn finishes with the Koji Clutch.
And then go to sleep.
So, I mean, you could... having more moves in the game is not a bad thing. Make a new model. I mean, okay. you can put someone else in.
Okay.
I feel
maybe this was their way of saying to CM Punk, we still respect you. Maybe that was, but it backfired because now CM Punk was royalties.
No, that's fair.
Which, if CM Punk really thinks his contract was torn up in January, he's entitled to royalties. He is. But if WWE says he breached the contract's still valid, then they can do whatever they want with his face and image.
Yeah, but I feel like, it's right. I feel like we're both making valid points without having all the facts in front of us. I would just rather see someone other than CM Punk, because he was gone.
I'm not saying you want Sting.
I want Sting. Well into we haven't done that in a while. I want Danny Sullivan. Well into I mean, by the time I got WWE 2K14, Punk was already gone. So whenever I see a match that he's in, I either sim it or I beat him mercilessly because I want him out of my storyline because he's just not a current wrestler.
It bothers you that much?
Yeah, like Come
on, where's your Fire Pro spirit? You just bring Disco Inferno, fighting Ric Flair. Just do it.
I have Fire Pro. I have a great roster for Fire Pro, and if I want to play Dream Match, I will play Fire Pro. But if I want to play a more like, I do love mixing like some of the legends with the new stuff. But new guys, if I'm not particularly excited about you. And CM Punk did not excite me in the last year of his contract. Put someone else in the game who deserves the spot. And I realize, like you said, that it could have been an olive branch, but it also could have been antagonization.
I don't see them doing that as much, antagonization, because they know that CM Punk is a guy that could drag them through the mud.
I was going to say, I do feel like...
plus, his wife is still working for the company.
Yes.
And she's one of the top divas, AJ Lee, because she's an excellent wrestler, and she's good. She's good.
I do feel like CM Punk is a little egotistical and a little bratty, so I could see him doing this.